Kanahoe skipper Brian Felton has many years' experience here on the Great Barrier Reef. He's equally comfortable at the controls of his game boat or hauling on a heavy handline to catch a delicious reef fish for tonight's dinner.
Oh, blue spot cod. Blue spot cod. What a beauty. Not all that common. What a beautiful table fish.
Blue spot cod.
That's him.
Yeah, what a lovely fish.
Hey, look at this. Look at this. I've got your blue spot cod.
Oh, come on now.
Yeah, he's got your hook in his face.
You always say that.
He's got
So
your...
our decky snuds up the front is he's actually taken... Mate, that's a tongue and a mouth bigger than Rex Hunt. What is that?
That's just his flotation blue.
Thank God for that.
Oh, you're not going to...
Have a look at that.
This is Snudge's hook. You can have this back, Snudge. It's my fish. Mine's down there.
Pretty fish. Very pretty fish. A lot of people might say, Brian, this is like Rex Hunt's office. There's no pressure, but I'm sure there's pressures on game boat skippers up here, is there?
Yeah, I suppose you're right. It's like any job, I think, that you take seriously. I think the pressures are the ones that you might impose upon yourself trying to deliver fish every day. But sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. I guess also, yeah, keeping the boat running for the length of time we're at sea. You know, we might be out here for the best part of 3 months without going back to port at times, and you've got to keep the whole outfit going, keep everyone happy, and keep producing the goods. And I mean, I don't get anglers ever putting pressure on me, but I think it's just pressure they put on yourself trying to deliver the goods every day.
That's better. I don't think there's a bit of coral here, Brian. I think we've got something that's swimming here.
You got something there, Rex?
Yeah. It's a bit of an overkill, this little trout outfit on the reef, do you think? They laughed at me back at the boat. I wonder what they were laughing at. I knew I didn't have any chance of impressing anyone with this little Shimano outfit here, but little charter special. Used in charter boats down south, but they might be using the bigger kill up here.
Well, let's see what you got.
Oh, yes. He doesn't like it, actually. 20-pound line's putting a bit of pressure on him. Here we go. Oh, what do you think that is?
That there, Rex, gives the double gaff.
Gee, that's a nice-looking
It's a
fish. If I
double
was down in Port Phillip Bay, I'd say that's a snapper, but that looks to me like a bit of a red emperor, is it? Or something like...
It's a red emperor.
It's a red emperor. Now, tell us a bit about the red emperor. What a beautiful-looking fish.
One of our premium demersal fish here, top table fish.
Is it really?
Absolutely.
So when you say premium commercial fish, when you were a commercial fisherman, you would think that this was a pretty good start to the day if you were targeting fish to sell at the market?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. That's a good size.
So they're generally a deep water fish?
Yes, they're 20 to 30 fathom sort of
Are
thing.
they really? Yeah.
Well, yeah, back off the reef edge. You won't find them up in the shallows too much. You will occasionally.
Yeah.
But,
And a dead set bread and butter fish of the Great Barrier Reef?
Pretty much. I mean, anyone that came up here and catch a fish, if they caught something like that, they'd be pretty happy. Want a gaff, Snudge?
Big Harold.
Here you go.
Beautiful fish, that.
Excuse me. Murray Cod.
This big flowery cod isn't needed for the table, but before it's released, Brian and Snuds take the time to make a small incision through the abdominal cavity.
Want some help there, Snudge?
This releases the gases in the fish's swim bladder, which expanded as it was hauled in. Now the cod can return easily to the seabed rather than floundering about on the surface.
He's all right, he swam away, didn't he?
Yeah, straight in.
Ah, good. He'd be
Beautiful.
no good to the area.
You know, it's a great scene up here on the reef. It's a lot of people from all different walks of life assemble up here at this time of the year. Young Matty, our deckhand number 2, is ready with the gaff. He's from the United States and he works his way right around the world on game fishing boats, helping out clients. And it's a great life for a young man. And any young people out there who are budding fisher folk and want to be involved in the industry, just get down the pier and show yourself around and say you want a job. And it's a great lifestyle. But the thing that really gets home to me is that fishing to me is a great family sport, and particularly this bottom bouncing, as we call it. You never know what you're going to get. Now, this fish here, it's a lovely medium-size red emperor, and very, very nice indeed. We're having a very, very hot bite here, and they're one of the prettiest fish in the ocean. There is no doubt about it, and I'm told one of the best on the dinner plate.
Good one, mate?
Oh, he's pulling a bit, mate. Well, this is one of those greys.
Ah, he's probably a Trevally, mate.
Yeah, probably a Trevally, a shark or something.
Blue spot cod.
Oh, another one.
You've done well, Errol.
Lunch. Oh, look at that. Beautiful.
Nice in the pot, mate.
Oh.
Got him?
Yeah. Look at that. Oh, he can be better.
I've got colour here now, Matty. This little outfit, 10-kilo outfit, is really getting a good hard workout from this fish. He's got a bit of shine about him. He's got some... Yeah, I reckon you're right, Matty. I reckon he's got that bit of a kick about him, you know, that, and the anti-clockwise sort of circling woof-woof bird sort of a... Let me get out of here. Oh, what a nice-looking fish. What a nice-looking fish. Here he goes. Oh, yeah. No doubt about that. Okay, mate, what I might do is just let you get him in there. Look at that. Now, that is a magnificent Trevally. Now, a grunt, 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 yeah. And isn't that fantastic? Look at that there. Look at that. Now, that is a down south number 30 snapper hook, if you don't mind, folks. Now, just have a look at that. Just have a look at that. That's the sort of hook you can catch a fish like that on. I'm never going to tire of this, folks. I tell you what, we've got a seafood banquet to end all banquets tonight back at the mothership. And as usual, the ethics of Rex hunted all anglers around Australia. When you got enough, you put them back. See you next year, baby. G'day folks, thanks for joining us again. Well, tonight we visit New Zealand's famous Tongariro River. Now, the big rainbow trout were just waiting for us over there, and with local guide Alan Simmons, we check out the local action. Oh, I don't know about that, Alan. Let's see if we can get a fish.
It's on a beautiful drift, mate.
I'll mend it there.
Oh.
No, I don't know whether that was a pebble or a fish. A fush, I'm sorry. Folks, Well, you never know where I'm going to end up, do you? I'm OS at the moment on the North Island of New Zealand, midway between Auckland and Wellington. And today with me is Alan Simmons, who's regarded as one of the top fishing and hunting guides in New Zealand. And Lake Taupo is our destination, and particularly behind me, the famous Tongariro River. Now, Alan, welcome to Rex Hunt Fishing Adventures for a start.
Welcome to the Tongariro River.
Well, is it about the Tongariro? Why is it so famous? Why do people worldwide flock here and people dream that one day they may be able to afford to come here?
Well, it's a great fishery, Rex. People catch quite large numbers of very big, fast, hard-fighting, fresh-run trout. And, you know, there's probably nowhere in the world you can catch fish like you'll catch here.
Now, quite a unique way of catching them. Up the top of the old rod, you got a little bit of fairy floss up there. I didn't know you could use that
Candy floss, eh?
on your Christmas tree. But quite a unique two-fly rig. Now, a lot of people at home will be saying, what on earth is this rig and why would you have two flies when you're fly fishing for trout in New Zealand? You better run through it.
Okay, well, these trout are not actually feeding. They're actually on their way up the river to spawn. So what we're trying to do is trigger their aggression or their basic instinct to take a fly. So it's important we get the fly on the bottom because they're just moving up the river out of the fast current, which of course is on the bottom because of friction or behind rocks. So that fly there generally is designed to get down.
I see.
And this one here is representing a trout egg,
Yep.
a roe, or we can actually have a very natural food, things like a herring copper, caddis, mayfly type pattern.
And the indicator on the end of the rod, that is just like a little float when I used to fish for mullet as a kid, is it? That's actually telling you that there's a bite on the end of the line.
Yeah, what happens is when that hesitates or stops, I want you to strike and set the hook. That just tells us exactly that, so the fish has taken it.
Well, it's all new to me, folks, and I'm over here. So, when you're in Rome, do as the Romans do. And when you're in New Zealand, I don't know.
Okay, that's good.
Oh, he took it beautifully, Alan. He took it beautifully.
It's good stuff. Good on you, mate.
You know, a lot of people ask me, do I ever get sick of this? You never get sick of this, whether there's a camera there or not, but it's a fine line between the actual nymph hitting the bottom and the fish grabbing it.
Yeah.
What?
You got to get that back on the reel, mate.
Yeah. What is the principle behind this type of fishing?
Keep some tension on him.
Okay.
Walk backwards.
What's the principle behind this type of fishing for our people back home?
You've got to remember, these are steelhead fish.
Steelhead fish.
They're not ordinary rainbow trout. They're running. Right, keep walking backwards, mate. So you keep that. He's coming upstream.
Right.
So what these fish are doing is they're coming up the river to spawn.
Yeah.
They're not feeding. So none of these fish are actually taking the fly for food.
I see.
They're taking it out of aggression, they're striking out of aggression, or they're taking it out of instinct.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, he hit it like an express train, and that first run, where a lot of people would see, he's running now. A lot of people would try and.
Oh, what a fish!
It's a nice fish.
Oh man!
Say that again.
What a fish!
I heard you the first time.
Yeah.
I just wanted to hear you say it again.
Okay, Rex. I tell you what, you've got a really good fish here, mate. We're going to have to get out, and we're going to have to follow him down. So we have to get out on the bank here, mate.
All right, mate.
Because there's lots of logs and sticks down here.
Yeah, have a look at it there.
Yep.
Right, Jingo.
He'll look for those if he can.
Okay.
Try and break you off.
He's he's a big fish.
You're going to have to let him
Yeah, he's a big fish.
have his way.
We certainly can't bully him.
This is a very big fish, Rex. We're going to be really working to land this.
Well, we'll give it a go with all our Aussie might, but not too much might on that fine tippet. So what breaking strain have we got on her?
6 pound.
Yeah, well,
You got a 6 pound.
I reckon we've got a 6 pound fish. Oh, gee, there's some pressure on that line.
The first hook's dropped out, Rex.
Hey?
The first hook has dropped out.
Yeah, okay.
So just, right. Right, head on. That's it.
How about that? Oh, what an absolute ripper.
Well done, sir.
Tell us a little bit about these steelheads, mate.
Well, first of all, we won't hurt that fish.
Okay. A beautiful fish. Tell us a little about the species.
Let me just get that hook out of his mouth. Here we are.
Yeah.
Now, are we going to put that on the dinner table tonight?
No, we're not,
or shall
mate.
we let it
I'm
go?
putting it back, mate. I
Okay.
tell you what, my first fish in New Zealand, I'll just wet my hands. The first fish in New Zealand, mate, has got to go back. So a steelhead rainbow trout.
Yeah, let's just try and...
There you are, I've got
Try
it.
and
Okay, so there she is, folks. The first of hopefully a few for the bearded burbler in NZ.
silverfish, just
Yeah.
fresh run out of the lake.
Is it really?
Yep.
Now, you think this fish will kiss on first dates?
Kiss it, mate.
Let's see.
Well, I've heard about
There you
that
are, folks.
famous kiss.
Well, 12-foot marlin or 3-inch mullet, it doesn't matter. This fish deserves its freedom. And what a magnificent fighting fish it was. In the Tongariro River on the North Island of New Zealand. Away you go, baby. Yeah. So you just got to keep moving up. Is that the whole thing, the whole ethic of it? Oh, that's fair enough.
No, you're in, you're in, you're in, you're in. Well done, sir.
Oh, didn't he take that?
He took that.
Well, isn't it marvellous that when you do something once, it feels a bit funny, and then twice, oh yeah, it doesn't feel so funny, and then all of a sudden you start to get your sea legs or your river legs. Isn't that amazing?
You worked for that fish, though.
Well, oh,
Had to
yeah.
happen, didn't it?
Well, I don't think he's as big as the other bloke, but
Don't ride him off.
no, I tell you what, I just saw it. Oh, this is what I said. I don't think he's as big as the other bloke. Oh, yeah.
Absolutely beautiful.
Oh, he's a nice fish. I can't put too much on him. Oh, oh.
Okay, Rex, we got to keep square on if we can.
Well, I tell you what, you told me what it was like, and sometimes you just think, oh, yeah,
Yep.
You know.
Come round on the bank now, Rex.
oh, yeah. Everyone sort of thinks their fishing's the best in the world, but
I ride down.
by jingo, I tell you what, this is a world-class fishery here. And a beautiful coloured fish too, by the look of it.
With the bright red
Oh,
spawning
I can
colours.
see him all right, yeah.
Okay, now while he's swimming upstream, let's let him
Perhaps-
make some progress.
Yeah, sure.
Saves us running down.
Yeah, it does. Look at the colours of his gill. Mate, they don't come any prettier than this fish. Oh, look at that.
Right, Rex, walk away from him.
Yeah.
So that we can reach him.
Oh, a big male too. Look at him. Oh,
Well done. Look at the size of that fish.
have a look at that. Well,
Let me hold the rod.
sure. Well, I've got a little bit of form in releasing these particular fish. Let's have a look at you, mate. Look, you're looking all dirty. You're not looking good for our television. What's the estimated weight of him, Alan?
Oh, he's a good 5.5 pounds.
Is he
maybe
really?
even 6. Look how thick he is.
Yeah. Well, isn't that a fantastic looking fish? Look, I tell you what, he's going up there. I've spoiled his party. And I tell you what, New Zealand, well, I'll be coming back. I tell you what, folks, start saving the coins. Because my missus doesn't know it yet. But every year, I'm coming back. And just like the Brill Cream man, I'm glad I will. Absolutely magnificent. And away you go.
Congratulations, Rex. Well done.
Thank you
Well
very
done.
much, Alan. And there you are, folks. When you come to a place and you're a bit of an alien, you seek out the local knowledge and you can't go wrong. The Tongariro River, New Zealand. What great trout fishing. And I'll be back. Half of the fun of what I do, folks, is that we explore a lot of areas that people wouldn't even think they could get into. Got Gary and Paul out there trying to work out how we're going to get through, and I've got a bit of a lure out the back, and I'm... yeah. Okay, mate, we have to follow this. I don't know what it is. We're going to have to follow this. This is Wagon's Hoe material here, mate. Gee whiz! I might have hooked a croc, do you reckon, mate? What's that right up there? What have I got? Mate, this is incredible. Gary, I might just get down the back there, mate. I tell you what, I got that little, it ran and it ran and it swam all over the dam. Oop. Oh, gee. Oh, I never ever tire of this, folks. I tell you what, a few blokes out there reckon I'm a tadpole short of a swamp, I tell you what, but I enjoy myself. I make a living out of it, and Bob's your uncle. And come away from that. Look at this, blue salmon. Look at this. Look at this blue salmon. Looky, looky, looky. Blue salmon for me. Blue salmon for me. Have a look at that. Isn't he a beautiful blue salmon? Now, mate, if you just take it easy, you're going to be on national television. And listen, mate, listen. You just take it easy, son. Now, look, I know you're upset. I know you're upset. But I tell you what, I know you're upset. Now, don't do that to me, all right? Listen, I wanted to introduce you to the people of Australia. Now, you behave yourself, all right? Okay? Hey, Rex. Welcome. This is Rex on Fishing Australia. You idiot. Leave the smart stuff to me. Leave the smart stuff to me. Now, folks, about 30 or 40 fathoms below this boat is some reef off surface paradise here on the Gold Coast on the south coast of Queensland. David Green is from Fishing World magazine, and he's a pretty red-hot rider and a fantastic angler. I'm always on about paying attention to detail. A couple of nice bits of red tuna, a 10-ounce sinker, a 1/0 hook, and the yibbity-yibbita, that should be all. But Greenie, you're going to use half a dozen earrings for bait.
Yeah, this is the Japanese sabiki method, and you've got to respect the Japanese. They know a lot about catching fish, so I've got my money on the flies.
Well, I respect the Japanese. Hey, don't get me wrong, fellas. Just hang on there. Just stand back a bit. But I don't know whether I respect you or not, Greenie. You've just undone 4 years of my work on television. I say pay attention to detail, and you're using a fairy floss job.
Well, let's see who catches the fish, but I think I could have a full string while you're waiting for a bite.
We'll see. Well, you got to catch more than me. You got more hooks. I got 2. I think I've been a snow job here. Thank you very much. You're supposed to follow the script, you know. You're supposed to let the bearded burbler get down to the bottom before you knock one off, mate.
I think I've got a couple here, Rex.
A couple? You're declaring them now from down in the deep, are you? Right down in the blue forest. Why we keep the engine going all the time, folks, is because there's a 4 or a 5 knot current going that away, and Ross McCubbin, our skipper, has got the boat going that way. Now, we have a conglomeration here of Sergeant Bakers by 2 and Squire by 1. Now, Greenie, what are the Sergeant Bakers good for apart from throwing back?
Mother-in-law fish, Rex.
Oh, you've tried that out. You fond of your mother-in-law?
No, she's all right.
You know that
They don't get many fish where she lives, so they're quite acceptable.
Well, you've just blown the trumpet on her. You know that, like, she'll be watching this. You know that, don't you?
Yes.
Hey? Do you want a few brownie points and say good day to your mother-in-law?
Hi, Dawn, how are you?
Good on you, Dawn. Hey, your son-in-law's having a good time. The old Sergeant Baker. Now, if you come in here, folks, we'll show you that Greenie is an expert in poisonous fish. There's no poison here, but these little choppers, Greenie, can really be a trap for young players. Quite a serrative set of teeth there.
Yeah, there's a lot of nasty teeth, and it's a big mouth, so anything little. You also see his eyes. They've got
Yeah.
specially adapted eyes for seeing down deep.
Now, 40 or 50 fathom, what you're saying to the kids at home who are learning about reef fishing and offshore fishing, there's not much sunlight down there.
There's nothing down there, it's all black. Except for this little guy who's obviously seen these jigs and a little bit of bait glowing in the dark.
And going back, you mind if I don't kiss him?
No, he's not a pretty one to kiss.
Off he goes. And this is the principle of what Greenie is talking about. He puts a little bit of bait over the top of the bait jig, and these little red and green beads are fluorescent. They glow in the dark. And if you get them from your tackle shop or Kmart or any of these stores that carry them, switch your light on in your bedroom and then switch it off and you'll see them glow in the dark. It's good fun, and that's why they're excellent where there's no light, where the fish are in the dark.
Yeah, they definitely make a big difference.
They sure do. Well, folks, when you're in Rome, you do as the Romans do. When you're in Greenland, you do as Greenie does. I got one of these fairy floss U-Butte sort of cameo rigs, and I'm going to give it a go. I'm not overconfident, but I'll give it a bit of a go. Down, down, down she goes. And she reaches the bottom now. Greenie, it was instant. As soon as it hit the bottom. And that's a lesson for the young punters watching.
Yeah, they're good. Some days you need a little bit of bait, other days they prefer it without the bait.
Yeah, it's just amazing
That little green light, there's something special about it.
And here we've got a bit of colour coming up on this beautiful cobalt blue Pacific Ocean. Nothing to write home about. At least there you are. It is a pearl perch. Went all the way to the bottom to catch a pearl perch with beautiful eyes and a lovely big gob. And it's just another way of fishing. And everywhere I go, all over the world fishing. Every day I go fishing, I'm sure David Green will agree that you'll learn something. It's a fair sort of a day, Adam, and a great flight. Thank you very much.
Rex.
Good on you. Well, Kempsey is the gateway, folks, to some magnificent fishing on the mid-north coast of New South Wales. And about half an hour drive that away is Southwest Rocks, a beautiful little fishing town at the mouth of the Macleay River. And Laurie and Julie McAnally said, Rexy, whenever you're ready. Well, folks, yibbity yibbita, I'm ready. You got some mates there? And
Oh boys.
I tell you what, they know where the feed's coming from, don't they, eh?
Sure do.
Now, I told you this place was something special, right out of a picture book.
Well, Laurie's promised us some huge dolphin fish today, so with any luck, we'll dong one.
Laurie is Laurie McAnally and his wife Julie, who live here on the Southwest Rocks Township, right on the mid-north coast of New South Wales, just on the coast from Kempsey, folks. And this joint, I tell you what, this is my second visit, and I'm coming back here without the cameras because I don't like the crew. No, quite seriously, this is a fantastic place. And today we're going for the dolphin fish. And Bushy, it's not the human broom, it's the human kaleidoscope. Can you explain? I didn't say fancy dress on the invitation.
Now, I've done my research on these dolphin fish, and they're a very bright coloured fish, and this actually mimics the mating display of the female. So they're going to come straight up to the boat, and we'll catch them. And if you believe that, you'll believe anything.
Yeah, like Plugger. Yeah. No. Laurie, put that smelly fish away and let's get out of here. I think we'll do some fishing because that's enough of this stuff, Bushy. Thank you very much.
There comes the boy.
Hey, there's some fish there behind that boy
Right,
now.
the boy's there.
There's some fish behind that boy, mate.
Yep. See him through the glasses?
Oh, I can see him, yeah. And
Yep.
look at him.
Oh, I just got hit.
Did you?
Yep, I'm on.
Good man. Well done.
Still there? Is he on?
Well done. Yeah, he's there, all right.
Yep,
Get
he's
rid of
there,
this
all right.
fly rod now. What we're going to do, folks, is that Bushy's hooked up with the dolphin fish. A lot of you would call them mahi-mahi. but they're a magnificent pelagic species that work along the perimeters of, say, 30 fathoms out to the shelf, and anywhere that there's structures, even some of these buoys or fish traps or that sort of thing, and I'll get my fly in there like that while you just keep them hungry there,
Stopped
Bushy.
off, but they followed the lure.
Did they? All right, I don't know.
Oops.
Just anywhere there will do,
We've
Bushy.
got a
You're doing
Rexy.
particularly well.
We got him.
Let's just see if there's anything here in this.
Yo!
Oh, gee, did you see that, Bushy? As quick as you could say, did you see that? I put a little pink thing out there, which I'll show you in the fish's mouth in a minute. And a beautiful little dolphin fish has grabbed that. And at Laurie McAnally's suggestion, I stripped it really hard and I gave it to him through a pack. You'll see when Noel gets down there now and we've got colour that there'll be a lot of fish down there.
Yahoo!
There will be a lot of fish come up and come around. Oh yeah, look at them there. Gee, there's a lot of fish there. But the colours of these things are absolutely fantastic. They are beautiful, beautiful colours. What I'm going to do is just trace that fish in there like that and he will go absolutely bereft, because these things do. That is a male dolphin fish. That is one of the prettiest fish in the sea. That is one of the great pelagic species that inhabit a lot of the warmer climates of the world, as a matter of fact. And I'll grab you just like that. And there's a little pink and white fly I was talking about. It's a little pink thing, tied for me by Chris Beach in Tasmania. So there are, Chris, your flies are fantastic. And what I'll do is I'll just pop this bloke back, because this is a magnificent eating fish, but this is the male of the species. And now you can see why Bushy's dressed like a clown, because they can't see him and all they can see is the beard. They can't see the bush. I tell you what, this is absolutely magnificent. This is great fishing.
Oh, look at the colours on this one.
How you going there, Bushy? Take it away, son.
While Rexy's been catching his on the fly, I just threw a pilchard in there, because they really do love pilchards, on this little bait, oh, it's not a bait cast, it's a little spin reel, and about 8 pound line, and this one's giving me an absolute workout as well. Gee, they're fun fish. And look at the colours on this thing. Look at that, if I can just get him up here to give you a look. Ah, come on, he's got the beautiful green back. Ah, they're lovely fish. Ah, come on, don't go mad. Whoa, 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 whoa. Come on, I'll let you go. Come on. Look at the colours on that one. Beautiful green and the spots. Look at that. If there's a better looking fish in the sea than those, I'm going to want to see it. Look at that beautiful blue dots. Ever changing, every minute he's changing. So I'll get that hook out of him if I can, and I'll just heave him back in.
There's a big pack of fish in there. Come on. Oh, gee whiz. I tell you what, this is a great learning curve for a lot of new folk into fly fishing. Although this is a number 11 outfit, the number 8 or 9 absolutely perfect. You don't need to worry too much about the IGFA sort of way of the leader unless you're chasing world records. Come on, boy. He's a nice fish, this one. He's a nicey. Oh, look at the size of him. Oh, and look at the lovely colours. Look at the lovely colours there. Oh, just absolutely fantastic. I'll just trace him and look at that. Oh, that's just beautiful. He might actually just drop off there if I do that, but I'll give you a bit of a look at him. He'll go absolute 8 droppings just like that. He's a beautiful, beautiful male dolphin fish. And there he goes like that. So he's free. Dolphin fish. Sorry about the water on the lens. I've got to get a real job. I love fishing. Don't think you noticed, did you? Give me that fly.
Okay, now, I'm still caught up around this buoy. My fish has made it back and wrapped itself around the rope. But we don't always give up hope. All you can do is, Laurie's heading the boat back towards the buoy, and I'm just maintaining even pressure on this rod. And we're going to go back and see if we can untangle this fish. We may not, but it's worth a shot. If he gets away, well, that's fishing. Now you can see the water rushing past that buoy. The buoy's not actually moving, it's just that the current's running at about 3.5 knots. That's why it looks as though something's towing those buoys through the water. Oh, Rex is on with the fly.
Now don't ride in, you fly fishermen. I actually had the fly just dangling over the back, watching Julie grab this particular fish off the fish trap rope, and Bob's your uncle. I'm going to be a couple of minutes. Welcome back, by the way. Bushy, take your cue, son. I'll look after this dude.
Okay, you handle that one. Let's see if we can get over a bit closer. I can see that fish is just tangled around the end buoy. I think he may have got off, folks. I think I'm just stuck on this buoy. And Rexy's got a good fish anyway. I might do the honourable thing and break this one off so we can get Rexy's. That's it. See you later, fish. How you going, Rexy?
Can we just get that on tape again, please, Mr. Producer? Bushy is actually going to do the honourable thing. Folks, can I just let you know, when we go away, he's the first into the eatery, the first on the menu, the first with his main course and sweets, and then he goes down for a feed of fish and chips. And he's going to do the honourable thing and throw to old Rexy. Well, I'll tell you what, the old strip method, I used to do this as a kid over in Werribee for the whiting and snapper, but I tell you what, these are just magnificent fish. And here we go here. He's just a small bloke. He should come over here and look at the colours. Look at the colours of him, Bushy. I'll just bring him into the net. No, I won't. I've got quite a decent leader on that. Look at that. Look at that. Come on, and in he comes. Yes. Oh, isn't that fantastic? Well, there you are, folks. They're a little bit like a gummy. They go very, very quickly. And Bushy will be able to get that one back in very, very soon.
If he doesn't.
But this, let me tell you something, folks. Laurie and Julie said you had enough of the small ones. Bushy, are these small ones?
We've had an absolute ball. Slide him back in, Rexy, give him a kiss. Okay, there he goes.
Magnificent. G'day folks, welcome to Rex Hunt Fishing Adventures from a 1 million acre cattle station called Questro. Now that's situated in the Kimberley, which is in northern Western Australia. Now I was lucky enough to have a look at this joint around about 3 or 4 years ago. And boy, has she kicked on since those days. But first up, let me take you on a guided tour of Questro to see what's on offer. Questro is on the eastern perimeter of the Kimberley and runs for approximately 80 kilometres into the heart of the region. It offers 5 types of accommodation, something to suit everyone's taste and, more importantly, pocket. Now, if you're looking for luxury in the outback, yibbity yibbita folks, this is it. The homestead is an exclusive retreat built over the magnificent Chamberlain River, and it's home to some pretty big crocs. So if you want to go for a swim around here, folks, might I suggest you use the swimming pool? The air-conditioned rooms all have their own private bathrooms and verandas. And they also have fantastic views of the gardens and river. If nature's your thing, then Emma Gorge is for you. Tented cabins are hidden within Questro's Coburn Range. Emma Gorge Resort has a large swimming pool surrounded by native trees, and it boasts one of the best restaurants in the Kimberley. If you just want to go it alone and rough it a bit, then you can camp by one of the many river sites. But first we take to the skies in search of the mighty barramundi. The uniqueness of this place is its remoteness. It's wild, it's untamed. And there's no room for Nissan patrols because there ain't no roads. There's these things, the old choppers, whirlybird fishing, all part of the service at El Questro. Wagons, ho! The chopper allows you access to some very special fishing spots, and half the fun, folks, is just getting there. The scenery from the air is just breathtaking. My guide today is none other than the owner of this huge property, Will Burrell. And he's brought me to one of his favourite spots on the Chamberlain River, Explosion Gorge. This is just a beautiful time of the night, isn't it? You ever get sick of it up here, Will?
I haven't yet, Rex. I'll let you know if I ever do.
Oh, good cast, Will. Gotta get right in there.
It's a very fishy-looking spot, isn't it?
And let... Oh, gee, something just took that right at the boat.
You're kidding.
Oh, you know what this could be. There's no splash, there's no...
They're good eating. They're good eating.
A fork-tailed catfish. Have a look at that. Oh, my. Well, that's a start. Will?
Oh, it's not a bad size. You go 2 pounds. You get a nice fillet off either side of that. And then you got the third fillet, the belly fillet.
Oh, yeah?
And that tastes as close to crocodile as I know.
Well, if ever you and Celia take a belly fillet off me, mate, you could feed the whole lot of them here. The station, the Emmett Gorge and everything.
Oh.
I tell you what, I'll let you go, mate. I've got the old barbless hooks there. A lot of catfish in the system?
There are a lot of catfish.
Yeah.
They get very big too. They put up quite a battle.
Yeah.
And they're quite exciting to catch on the fly.
Well,
they'll take most things, really, catties.
he took that Nils master like there was no tomorrow, so we might just sort of see if he'll go off with those barbless hooks that I've honed down. Off you go, mate. Oh, mate. Yeah?
He's talking to you, Rex.
No, he said, that's Will Burrow. He said, who's that big bloke with the beard? Yes, mate. There you go.
You got him.
So no kiss for him, mate. Oh, well, did he grab that? I don't know. I think it might be another caddy, mate. I tell you what, I reckon you've brought me to Will's famous catfish hole.
I think maybe.
Oh, gee whiz.
Looking that way a bit, isn't it? They're worried.
I think we're getting called because it's getting a little bit late in the day, folks. And in the last troll...
I think that's the chopper pilot trying to say, let's go home.
Have a look at this for a catfish,
Ah,
folks.
beautiful.
So today, our first day at El Questro has been Catfish Day. And the helicopter pilots are getting a little bit hungry. And we've had a good day on Explosion Gorge. Tomorrow's another day at El Questro in some of the most beautiful country in Australia and the world. It's our country and we should be proud of it. And I tell you what, I know I'm not going there, but if heaven's anything like this, I wish. Not bad terrain here, Will.
It's a little bit pebbly, isn't it?
You want to get the grader out of here, mate, or get your money back if he's been through.
Yeah. Well, should we have a flick in here, Rex? What do you think?
Nice looking deep bit of water.
Yeah, that'll be good.
Some good shelter across the other side there too, Will.
Yeah, we'll get them right in under those pandanus, I think.
Thank you very much. is this all part of the old Questro estate?
Yep, it is. There are 4 rivers on Old Questro, and this is the Chamberlain. It's one of them.
So the man who actually fishes the river owns the river?
Some of the time, yeah, I enjoy to get the line wet.
Isn't this amazing? Now, apart from heli fishing, say if a guy wanted to do it in a tent on a budget, can he sort of fish some nice pristine water like this?
Yeah, absolutely. No, we've pushed roads in with bulldozers into a number of these waterways that were otherwise absolutely inaccessible. And a lot of them have got little tin dinghies in there, which we rent out for sort of half a day or a day or whatever. And yeah, we make sure that there are only sort of one group of people fishing in each waterhole. So you still feel the Kimberley and the isolation, because that's what it's all about up here, really.
Jesus, hook up! Got it! Got a barra, Rex!
Are you sure, Will?
Yep, good fish, good fish. Very nice fish, very nice fish.
Are you sure, Will?
He's got a nice dance. Back on him, look at him dance. He's dancing for us, Rex.
Well, he's dancing back where I come from. There
He's
goes
got
my
a
rod.
hook up as well! Fantastic! Oh, God, it's just going off.
Will, settle down. We don't want a heart attack victim here.
Oh.
Now, that was incredible, folks, because I had that lure out. I was just watching Will catch a fish, and I've got a caddy. So, very nice fish, Will. Look at that for a beautiful barramundi.
Nice little comfort left there. Oh, I'm getting in the water. Fantastic. That's not a bad bar. You can see the way he's sucked that spearhead right down his gob. I'm just going to try and get it out of his gob now. I do get overexcited, I'm sorry. I love my fishing. I really do. God, he's sucked the other one right down. Gonna have to really get into it now. We got a problem here. We're gonna have to do a bit of surgery. You can see we're using barbless hooks, which makes it easy to get them out, but this poor fella, yeah, I got him. Okay. Away you go, fella. Away you go.
Ah, beautifully done, Will. It's lovely to see him go back to leave them for me next time I come up here. Well, folks, the old catfish there. Catfish Rex, they call me. Don't you go biting me on the leg. But isn't that just magnificent? Over the top of that hill, as far as the eye can see, about 100 kilometres to the next range. It's wild, it's beautiful, it's Australia. And Will, I'm sure that if you don't get excited, the producer will tell you you're hooked up again.
I'm afraid so, Rex. It's another little catfish there, I think. Another little catfish. I thought it was a barra the way you took it as well.
Well, I'm glad it wasn't a barra, because we don't have a sound recordist anymore. You blew him over the top of that ridge.
Well, that's quite exciting. He's being chased by other people down there as well.
He's been chased by other people, is he?
Fish are people, I think. Fish have souls.
Well, he's not bad, is he? Hey, Will.
Whoa! What is it?
It's a catfish, Will.
No, it isn't.
It's a catfish, Will.
You had a better look than I did.
No, I didn't see it, Will. I just know what has happening to
You're
the end of your rod.
absolutely right. It is another catfish.
He does get excited, this chap, doesn't he? And I tell you what, it's just magnificent to be able to, well, experience flying to some remote area that possibly no one's ever been before, and be as close to nature as what we've been today. It's been a real privilege for me. And after the break, Rex Hunt Fishing Adventures continues in the Kimberley in the top end of Australia. Folks, welcome to the El Questro Barra Fest. Now, this is quite a unique competition in the fact that you've got to get out, catch a fish, and get it back to the headquarters in the least possible time to gain maximum points. It's also unique in the fact that they've got the barbless hook rules, and they do encourage kiss, catch, and release of the barramundi. Now, like its neighbouring Barramundi Classic, this is going to become a must for barramundi competition anglers throughout the calendar year. Now, I'm going to go up later on in the station helicopter, and having a look at the invitation list, we're going to drop in on a few familiar faces.
When you're ready to start, put your
Stamp there.
That means you can leave the property, then head off on your fish. Then once you're out there fishing, you get your fish that you want to bring back.
Yes.
Okay, and you get another stamp. Okay, 100 points per pound.
Right.
And then we also give you a point for every minute that you're back prior to the finish time.
So it's important to come back as quick as you can.
Big fish. Big fish. And there is a bit of displacement here. Now, with this little lure and these barbless hooks, I cannot give this fish any slack, so I've got to rely. Oh, he's a big barramundi. He is a big barra, this bloke. He's a... I tell you what, folks, I gotta get a better job. I gotta get something I'm enjoying. This is just too much like hard work. This fish is a beautiful fish that has been landlocked. Now, oh, he doesn't like me at all. He's coming along this rock ledge. Now, I've been snagged here a couple of times, and what I've got now is the rod's not loaded up anywhere near its capacity. The 6 kilo line is singing a little bit, but if he wants to go, I've got enough drag for him to be able to say, well, I'm going to take a bit, Rexy. So everything's in order. There is no reason that I should make a mistake here. The only reason we should lose this fish, if we're going to lose it, is if he's good enough to get out. Have a look at that. Well, I'm going to have a guess at about 7 kilo. I've caught a lot of fish. I'm going to have a guess at about 8 kilos, so about 17 or 18 pound in the old scale. And she is just a magnificent fish. I'm going to give her the kiss of life, folks. And there it is, the zinc cream on the end. And what I'm going to do is I'll give you a bit of a look at her. Have a look at it. The gleaming, sparkling, shimmering side of an Australian fish that we should be proud of. Now, if you can just hang on a minute, darling, I'll get that hook out of you. She's got one underneath her, so no wonder I can't get it out of you. Okay, I know. And I know you're going to be proud to be on the Rex Hunt Show, because we're proud of you. There you go now. Now I want you to swim away, because you're what this game is all about. G'day, boys.
G'day, Rex. How you going?
Tough chopper ride, boys. 12 minutes, shocking.
It took us an hour and a half in the car.
Don't get up, Will. Look, I've told you not to stand up. You don't have to stand up and be a fisher when I'm down here on the bank of my property. Did a good job of that, Will. Have a look at it. Isn't that fantastic? How'd you go, mate?
Good. I got a nice one. Have a look at this.
Oh, who'd you buy that off? What do you reckon it weighs?
Oh, it'd be 20 pound, good 20 pound, I'd say.
Well, I'll tell you what, mate. You want to go and have a little bit of a guess?
Yeah, all right. You got
Because I got the old lie detector here, mate.
Got him on a live mullet about 45 minutes ago. So I think 19's my biggest to date. So
Is that the best placement?
I think it'll hold, yeah.
What'd you say?
20.
9.3 kg.
Just over the 20.
A 15th within 21, mate. The lie detector, you can't beat that.
Nah.
Have a look at the size of the mouth. What lure did you get him on?
No, live mullet.
Live mullet.
Yeah.
Gee, I tell you what, there's not a lot of water here.
No, it's dropped several metres since we've been here. The tide's been going out and it's just reached slack water at the moment and there seems to be a few fish around, so...
He's a fresh fish. How long ago did you get him?
Yeah, only about 3/4 of an hour ago. And look at the colour of him. He's come straight up from the salt water. Beautiful fish. Yeah, oh, he's really hiking. I'd say it's a barra. I'll hit him in a second. Yes!
Yep, I'm on. Oh, yeah, there he is. It's a barra.
Did you read paragraph 2 of that contract?
What did that say?
That said, thou shalt not catch fish when the bearded burbler was in 20 miles of you. Unbelievable, mate. Have a look at that.
Slide him in. You're going to do the honours for me.
I'll do the honours. What a
Look at that.
beautiful
You can
fish.
see the live, well, he's not live anymore, that mullet. It's a Popeye mullet that I was using for bait. Just goes to show, it's not a real big barra, but he'll still take a live bait.
Yeah. The mullet is not 100%, mate. Now,
No.
I'll tell you this.
No, he's pretty well far gone, hasn't he?
The mullet is not 100%. Are you all right? Yeah, Rex, I'm all right. Oh, he's all right. Kiss him and put him back. Kiss him and put him back. One of Will's pets. There you are.
Great stuff.
Well done, son.
Thank you very much.
Let's review that contract. Welcome to Bridgewater-on-Loddon. A one-horse town maybe, but the folks of this country hamlet are enjoying a veritable angling feast. With the alarm clock still ringing in my ears, let's explore the Loddon River together. Well, folks, I tell you what, one of the great advantages of this job of mine in Australia and, in fact, right around the globe is my office. And I tell you what, there's nothing better than Australia just after the sun comes up. The galahs, the sheep, the smell of the bush. I'm talking about galahs. I got one with me today, folks. Adam Reuter, say good day to the folks.
Howdy. Love you too, Rick.
He is a nightmare, this bloke. You reckon I'm a tadpole short of a swamp, folks? He's an antenna short of a cockroach, I can tell you now. He's from the Complete Angler range of stores that Jimmy Allen runs here in Australia. But the bottom line is, kid, you love fishing.
That's the idea.
Now, can you convey down that lens what you said to me on the way up here, what you'd like to do by the time you're 35?
By the time I'm 35, I'm going to be standing in that bloke's shoes.
I tell you what, I hope they're not cement, folks. If that ain't confidence, I'm not bald. Adam Reuter and Rex Hunt. This show, folks, will be interesting. Stick around. You know, folks, using the state-of-the-art fishing gear is what the enjoyment of the complete experience of angling is all about. These snags are the home of yellow belly, Murray Cod and redfin. Now, if I was to just cast out there normally like I would for trout and just sort of wind in like that, I'm not in the strike zone long enough, particularly in some discoloured water, for the fish to have a real good look at the lure.
Do you want a tip from a pro, old boy?
Yes, young man.
That's it. When you cast your lure out, just get it out there. Go about half a dozen turns to get it down to its swimming depth, and then stop. And then jig, jig the rod tip.
Jig, jig.
Jig, jig, yes. So,
Jig.
Jig, jig.
I'll try it. No worries. Here we go.
So, it's New Zealand for jig, jig.
Here we go.
That's it.
I got it. Dig, 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 dig.
Is that it?
You're getting the swing of it now, old boy.
You idiot. Look at the action.
Hey?
The action of it. Real, isn't it?
Oh, these lures are nuts.
Oh, I got wham just right there, Adam. Right there. Oh, gee whiz. Now, he's taken me under a snag. I've got this little electric. It's nice and quiet. Now, fish has come out of the snag there now. I tell you what, he whammed that as if there was no tomorrow.
They give you a good thumping.
They do give you a good thumping.
No
I tell you
dramas.
what.
Look out. Oh,
Wacko.
action stations.
I tell you what.
Oh, God.
Adam, I'm a bit disappointed in you.
Why is that, mate?
Have you got a bigger net?
Well, I tried, but now it is.
Oh, look at this.
Oh, he's a
Look at this
lovely
cod.
big fish.
Oh, dear me.
Mate, bigger net.
I feel
you
like-
weren't wrong.
What an absolute beauty. I tell you what, now, he's just hooked at him,
Yeah,
and we're
he's
going to be
just-
very, very lucky to get him, I tell you now. But what a beautiful cod.
Just need to swing him over the top of the net.
Coming here now. Look at that, he's home.
Look at that.
Well, isn't that fantastic?
What a lovely big fish.
Beautiful big fish.
Yeah.
Tell us a bit about the Murray Cod of the Loddon River in central Victoria.
Well, he's a stocked beast, thankfully, for our Victorian fisheries.
Yeah.
There were already a population in here, of course, but
Yes.
just get rid of that hook out of there. But the fisheries have been kind enough to stock both your yellow belly and your cod in here, which
Yeah.
is good for us fish folk. But thankfully, this place doesn't see that much pressure, and I suppose that's why this bloke's as big as he is.
I've got
But this is probably one of the biggest cod I've seen.
Johnny Ellis's stump jumper. I tell you what, for a Murray Cod lure, there's none better.
Look how
Adam,
big he is.
that is a serious fish, isn't
Mate,
it?
that is a dead set serious fish. I don't know how much he'll weigh. He's a monster, though.
Well, I just happen to have a lie detector here, mate. So if I can get him by the jaw,
Yeah.
I tell you what, the teeth
Yeah,
are
you wanna watch
serious
those.
teeth.
They are nasty
Aren't they?
pieces of work.
He is a serious fish. Now, open up your mouth, mate. I bet you it was a big bardy grub or something,
Oh, he'd have a few good
He'd,
carp in his guts, I reckon.
for sure.
Yeah. 7.7 kilos.
7.7
It's
kilos
about-
is about 17 pounds.
Yeah, in the old scale. That's good.
Well, I tell you what, folks, this is a... We'll be right, folks. These are very hardy fish, aren't they?
They are,
Let's
yeah.
explain. A lot of folks sort of worry about whether these fish live, you know, when you release them. But these are hardy fish. These are Australian fish. And what we've done, we've nearly wiped them out. The introduction of European carp, man's constant need to improvise and to extend his horizons have taken some of the true habitat out of these magnificent areas. Now, what we're going to do is release him. But this is a great win for the Victorian fisheries, I tell you what.
Huge win for him. Look at
Now
that.
look at the roof over the tool shed there, mate. I tell you what, a beautiful Murray Cod from the Loddon River here in central Victoria. Come on, mate, I'll give you a bit of a tickle on the tummy. And look at that.
There he is, he's out of it.
And those people watching right around the globe. The Murray Cod is a symbol of Australia, what we believe is a very special country. Why don't you come and see for yourself?